Hey everyone. So today we're going to be bottling the hopped cider that you saw in the last video, and we'll also be transferring from our primary to our secondary the cider that you saw in the basic equipment and supplies video. So to carbonate in these 750 milliliter bottles, I use 1 tablespoon white sugar per bottle, and what residual yeast is left will actually naturally carbonate our cider. A lot of breweries do use forced carbonation, but I don't really have access to that kind of equipment, so this is what we do. Okay, so they've all been sanitized, now have their sugar. We'll be back in just a minute with our racking cane ready to bottle. So the racking cane is full of water, which will start the suction, allowing us to siphon into each bottle. So first we will run off that water. And there we go. So you can see that's clearly cider coming out. And we will start filling. So I'll get these filled, and we'll finish up by racking the other cider into this container. So you can see the hops have really soaked up quite a bit of that cider. Now that these are bottled, we'll give them a bit of a swirl to get that sugar dissolved and into the solution. And what yeast was left in there should probably take like a week or 10 days to carbonate. And you should tell, well, you will be able to tell it's carbonated when you'll see a milky white film on the bottom, and that's actually the yeast. And there's always a little bit left, so you can actually really smell the hops in there. Well, it's interesting. You can taste the hops for sure. Pretty sour, but it's always kind of sour when it first comes out. Wow, yeah. Has a real IPA feel. I think once it carbonates and some of this sugar sweetens it up, I think it'll be pretty interesting. So we're just racking from primary to the secondary. The basic reason for racking is to get it off of the yeast cake that settles into the bottom. If it sits too long in the yeast, you can get off flavors. It's just not going to taste as fresh. You might have a lot of yeasty undertones, which once you start doing this, you'll make the mistake, and you'll know what I'm talking about. And in the secondary, you'll actually see it clear quite a bit. It'll go from this foggy color to the clear, nice apple cider color that you see there. And I like to do it this way because if you bottle and then you rack, you've opened up your primary again for another recipe. That way you can sort of have a weekly brew where you do each thing and you keep your cider supplies up. So you can see the yeast cake that has settled there. And if you recall from the first video, that was 1 teaspoon of the wet yeast. So you can see how much it actually multiplied. And that's what we're left with. So transfer over. Get our stopper and airlock that was sitting in our sanitizer. And that's it. And then another week or so and we will bottle that. So there's one thing I left out of this video, and that's having a little drink while you do it. So, please like and subscribe our videos, and tune in soon for more.